Yes, people, big up to everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the Fan Call-In Show. It was a little bit later than we had expected because I completely forgot about the Club World Cup game. So we were on Sarcasm City TV for that, doing a watch along real quick. But we are back for another episode number 2. We did one last week where we had a couple of callers and show went well. So we're back here again, pretty much. Another Fan Call-In Show where you guys get to say whatever you basically guys want to talk about. There are a couple of rules that we did establish last time too, and we're going to establish this time as well. Cameras must be on the whole time, even if you are sitting in backstage. You need to have a mic, of course, all of that type of stuff, and that's basically it. Like as long as you have a camera on and you have a mic, you are welcome to join this fan call-in show and have your say. We have to do this stream under an hour today, so each person will be getting about 5 minutes or so to speak, depending on how many people we have waiting. So we only have 2 people waiting right now, so I'll let them talk for a little bit. But if it does increase after a while, then yes, we're gonna just basically bring it down to 5 people. So whatever it is you do want to talk about, try to obviously cut it down a little bit. Big up to the chat every single time. The link is in the pinned comment. I have posted the link already. It is in the pinned comment, so just click that, join. Cameras need to be on, all that type of stuff. We're also on the road to 1K. We're not 99 away, so I need to change that. I think we are about 94 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. So we are going to get that very, very soon, sooner than later, before the season starts. That is the goal, and I'm pretty sure we will be able to do it. Roger's goated. You can join, no problem, because you've been a regular on the channel, so it's fine. You can join if you don't want to turn your camera on. That's no problem. So it's more so for the newer people. But go ahead, bro. You can join. Click the link and you can join. And let's pretty much get straight to it. So let me take this off real quick. 1 second. Let me share this also across socials. Make sure you guys, like I said, run up the likes. Make sure you guys do subscribe, of course. Share across all socials. I'm about to post it on Twitter too. So you guys do all that stuff. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to Rodriguez Goda. Shout out to Pell. She says I'm not even gonna say that. She said some comment about Halliburton, which we are not just going to acknowledge because Halliburton is shit. But let me just quickly share this real quick. Cool. Shared. So that has been shared. Go like, share, subscribe, all that stuff on Twitter. But cool. Without further ado, we have our first caller of the day. Man like Sai is in the building. Sai, what you saying, bro?
How are you, Shik? All good?
All good, man. How are you? Couldn't find you after
Good,
that.
Shik.
I couldn't find you after that NBA game, man.
No. Wait.
Hmm.
See, I went off, but it is not losing. They are winning, right? They are winning.
True. True.
Pacers are winning. Fourth quarter, there are Pacers are lead by 4 points,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not normal. I thought, see, I'm watching the game. I thought it will be fine. They will win. Okay,
Okay.
let me go to the gym. It's fine.
Hmm.
Once ready to go to the gym, then SGA madness happened.
It did happen. Yeah. SGA was
Yes,
on fire.
we can't predict. See, we can't predict that, right? It
Yeah.
SGA. It's
True.
SGA, and the whole fourth quarter was carried by him. He's the main piece for our OKC.
True.
He got
He's
35
got
points.
them MVP.
Uh, yeah, that's why. I've never run away from talking about losing teams.
Yeah.
In fact, I thought Pacers played well. They played well. Because of one person, they lost. Because of SGA, they lost.
Yeah.
That's it. See, for me, if Pacers win that game, series is done.
Mm-hmm.
For me, if the Pacers win that game, it's done. But now it's 2-2, and next 2 games are at OKC. It's difficult for Pacers.
One game. So the next one they play at
Ah,
OKC,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
after
I
that,
forgot. Yes,
back to
next
back.
game was in OKC, right?
Yeah. Next
That
one's in
if
OKC.
see Pacers need to win that. If Pacers win that, then it will be interesting. Then
Okay.
series will be interesting. See, for me, I always said that I'm Lakers fan, but why I'm rooting for Pacers first because of Halliburton. I like the story, the
Mm-hmm.
timeline. See, voted as a most overrated player to Chip. I like the storyline, and they have got some good players. Pascal Simka is a
Okay.
good player.
He is a
Yeah,
good.
and
Mhm.
see, I think yesterday was the holy madness happened because of SGA. I have to give credit to him. Without him, he can't see. This is the scenario happened to Pacers also. Halliburton came clutch 2 to 3 times.
Yeah.
Without him, there will be not in play in finals also. That's why I will not run away. I will say that I think there is a still chance Pacers can win. Next game will be most important for me. Next
Fair
game
enough.
is most important for it's for everyone. And
Fair enough.
coming back to the football,
Yes. So
wow.
yeah, go on. What do you want to talk about today on the Fan Collins show?
See, that PSG game was good, man. I
It was very good.
absolutely love watching PSG play
Hmm.
football.
Same
It's
man. It's
see, you watched Prime Barca, right? That
yeah.
Pepera, Prime Barca.
Prime Barca beat us in the
They
Champions League final. So
yes, Champions League, yeah.
yeah.
And see that Messi goal, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
Mexico.
whe- yeah. When you see the team, you know that we can't get the ball.
Yeah.
We can't. That see, then Prime Busquets, Javi, Iniesta are playing. You can't get the ball. They spin you like a circles.
Yeah.
This midfield is not that great, but you can't get the ball.
True.
You can't literally get the ball. And if you want to sit back, Ruiz can take a long shot. Vatinia can score. He scored now today also. This team is a brilliant team, brilliant to watch. Liquid football, excellent coach, excellent place. Nuno Mendes again today brilliant. Nuno Mendes clean sheet today also brilliant.
He
And
was yeah.
I think Griezmann must go to another team, man. He's done. His time is done at Athletic.
He's been there.
I didn't see. I didn't see anything. He didn't do anything, and I don't know how Andre Solot missed the chance.
Yeah, that chance
Even
was
even Holland will score that.
yeah. You know what?
I
That's
it's
still
fair.
it's I can't really argue that he won't
Come
score,
on.
but no, I've
No.
seen
He
him
will
miss
score.
closer. I've seen him miss closer. I've seen him actually miss
I
closer.
miss Nunes. See, Nunes missed some.
Against Villa,
I see him.
he missed like a similar chance against Villa too. Like he did.
I see. It's that is a that is. I don't know what happened for Solo, but he that chance has to go in. And coming back to the transfers,
Yes.
see, Shik, Akatike, lot of United players are thinking, lot of United fans are thinking, nah, he's a bad player because of price.
Hmm.
No, he's a good player, but he's still raw pause. He can improve.
Yeah.
There are so much qualities. He can dribble, he can carry the ball, he can shoot. Well, but he have to have one season under his belt, just one season. Next season, he has to perform well. Then he can do well. For me, I think I will take at we are linked with him. I will take at Liverpool. For
Yeah.
me, United has to do what they have to concentrate on midfield. I'm not seeing. Yesterday also asked Paulus. Is no concrete links of midfielders to United. Attackers is there,
Mm.
keeper are there, but there is no concrete links. This player is coming to United. No.
Yeah.
See, you are doing attack revamp, but I think midfield has to speak to the key. I think Baleba or I Kaneki also said Ravela, Nicola Ravela from Lazio. He's also good player for 8. I think what United were thinking was they will go another season with Ugarte and Casemiro. For me, I think that is the option. And or Bruno. Or
Bruno for
Bruno.
sure is staying. Bruno for sure is staying. Yeah.
That means a whole midfield will be controlled by Ugarte. That's it, right?
Yeah, he's the only.
Bruno will not stay in his position. He will go further, and the whole midfield has to control by Ugarte. It's dangerous. I see. It's only June 15th. We will see what will happen in near future. But Ekatike is a good player. But the price tag, nah, it will has to come down because Chelsea won't play, United won't pay that, and Liverpool won't pay that much. If anybody is paying that money, it's see. I don't think it's crazy, but they are paying for potential. That's it. They are paying for potential. That's it.
I just think like for the amount of money that we're going to spend, I just think we have to be smart. Like whether I rate him as a player or not, I think he's a pretty decent player, Ekatike. Not he's definitely not worth the price tag. I don't think he's worth 100 million. There's a lot of players that are out there who are probably not even still worth their price tag for how much they've gone
Yes.
for because 100 million is a lot of money. But also at the same time, I think in the situation that we're in, it's okay for clubs like Chelsea, it's okay for clubs like you guys to go in for players like this, whereas we're going to bank on this guy yet again. We don't have Mbuemo through in still. So right now our attack is pretty much looking only like Cunha. And if we end up getting, let's say, an Ekatike before this one, by the way, I just want to say I think we do get Mbuemo. I think it's just a matter of time. I think some of this news that we're hearing with Thomas Frank and stuff, this is something that was going to happen anyways. A manager is leaving Brentford, he's going to a different club. He's probably going to want to take some of his players, and Bummo's a player who's made it pretty clear that he wants to leave. So obviously his name is there. All this type of stuff is going to happen. I think he's given priority to us. The only way that we mess up this whole Mbuemo deal is if we just don't decide to pay whatever,
Huh.
like we just don't go through with the deal, right? Which I think we still will.
Yes.
So that's why I'm not too concerned about that. The Ekatike deal now, if we go and get Ekatike for 100 million, Cunha and Mbemo are still there. We're still going to expect our striker to score a couple of goals. We're going to now put in massive pressure on another player who we're spending crazy money on. Ekatike, yes, he's still like pre-pause, like you said, he's raw as a talent. He still has some, I think he's like 22 years old. He still has a
Yeah,
lot to
22.
learn. And even though he has
Yes.
been playing in a top league and he has been, in playing in Europe and stuff like that, I just think for our situation, I'd rather us go out and get two strikers for that price of 100 million who are prem proven and who scored goals, who can guarantee goals. And I'm kind of the same way with Gyökeres is a whole different thing now because Gyökeres apparently
Arsenal.
doesn't want to come to United and he wants to go to Arsenal. Cool. I don't want a player who doesn't want to come here in the first place. Like that's fine. Would I have wanted Gyökeres? Yes, I would have. But if he doesn't want to be here and if he's giving priority to a different club, sure, that's fine. I don't care about this whole Ruben Amorim can pull players, all that type of stuff. It's whatever, man. It's not too much. There are a lot of strikers out there. Like, again, if I ask you, if I ask Steve, if I ask Kaneki, you guys can name me like maybe 6 to 7 strikers who could possibly fit Manchester United and score goals for us. So it's one of those type of
In
things
Premier
where
League, there are two.
yeah, there's a couple in Premier League as well. So it's like
I
Mateta
think,
from Crystal
see,
Palace, like some of these players that I've mentioned,
John
Wisa from
Duran.
Brentford himself, Duran, obviously
John Duran.
he's in like Saudi right now. But yeah,
You
he's a
can
good
take him
one.
loan.
Can take him on loan. Yeah,
See,
it's one of those type of things where we could do it, like if we really wanted to, and that's just how I feel we should be scouting. And I'm with you. If we're going to pay stupid money for a player like this, I think we
midfield. They
should do
have
it
to
on
pay
the midfield.
midfield.
I think we should do it on the
Midfield.
midfield. I'm not even saying
See,
spend 100 million on a midfielder.
no, no,
I'm
no,
saying
no.
more like spend maybe
Yes.
40, 50, even 60 million on a midfielder. Keep that rest 40 or 50, how much ever it is, and get like a prem proven striker, someone like Mateta, someone like Wisa, someone like some of these other guys, because I think that's enough for us. If you put a Cunha and Mbuemo around that striker, I think it's enough for us in terms of that player getting goals. And it's also just for our attack being a lot more fluid than what it is right now. And I think that's what we should focus on. But go on.
I
I
have,
think you're calling
I,
show. Mm-hmm.
I have seen a couple of points. If you don't get Mbembo, you link it with Semenyo and Eze, right? We will
Yeah.
take Eze or Semenyo.
Take Eze.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll take
Semenyo
Eze.
won't fit your system.
Yeah, I would take
Semenyo
Eze.
won't fit.
I like Semenyo though.
Uh,
Semenyo is a good player, but I just feel like that left hand side we're gonna play Cunha there, and rather than Semenyo.
yes.
But if we do get
Eze
Semenyo,
can play right.
we probably Eze could play right, or we could probably play him as like a wing back or whatever. But playing Semenyo as a wing back, I feel like we're going to destroy his talent.
Long time.
We're
Long
not
time.
going
Long
to.
time.
Yeah, and we're not just we're going to destroy his talent. We're not going to allow him to express himself. The threat that he is when he plays on the wing, we're just not probably going to see too much of that way if he plays as a wing back. But yeah, I would rather take Eze. Eze's quality, bro. Quality midfielder.
I
So
think,
then
see,
it just
I
gives us
surprised
more
at that.
options again.
Yes.
Mhm.
I surprised at that United won't went for a 8 Nuri or a Kirkis. They two definitely suit your system.
Definitely.
And particularly 8 Nuri. He's a wing back.
Wolves played a 3 at the back, and he was a wing
He's
back.
and he's had a good relationship with Cunha also.
Yeah.
In particular,
And
there's,
City got
I
him for a
think,
steal, bro. City got him for a steal, I
40
think.
million. 40
I thought it was
million.
like 30 to 40, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
30 to
it's
40
cheap though.
million.
It's cheap.
Yes,
I think it's cheap for a player like him. For
brilliant,
improving,
brilliant
yeah,
deal. One
brilliant
more
deal.
thing, City are coming back. I seen Reinders play, and Liverpool fans, don't be, see. I rate players highly if I see their good football talent. He is better than Soboslai. Reinders is better than Soboslai. Don't compare him to Soboslai. Okay, Soboslai is did for our system. He's do our dog work and he will improve. But Reinders is better than him. I say that in playback chat. When I see Reinders play, I see prime Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
you, you see, some people say it's Matt take, but see, he plays in the Premier League, right? See him, you can say, yeah, there are some qualities there. How he's doing that? He's height. See, people think Paul Pogba is a flop in Premier League, but people don't know that prime Paul Pogba is brilliant player. Brilliant player. He can glide with the ball.
Was good in the
I
Premier League.
see.
It's just
I
that
never
his legs.
seen I never seen that type of player. Yaya Torre, Yaya is doing that in City, but Prime Pogba boss will carry the ball with that height. He can turn. It's mad. He can do mad stuff with that, but he's not consistent. He's injury prone. That's why he's flop at United. But he had some brilliant performance at United. And
Yeah.
coming back to the Liverpool, see, we Words is done. Case almost will be done. I want Konate deal as soon as I sign. It's already started. Real Madrid reports already started.
Saw that in the playback chat.
They're
Yeah.
they're lurking behind. They're lurking behind. See, once it happened, second time it happens, it will be stupid. I don't want. See, if he don't want to sign, sell him. No
Yeah,
problem.
just
Sell him.
cash in
Sell
on him. Yeah.
sell him. I want him to sign because see, in this day and age, we can't find 60 million good center back. We can't find. I want Slaughterback from Borussia Dortmund, but it will cost 70 to 80 million. Pastoni will cost 90 million. Inter will own sell him.
Yeah, they're
We
not.
can't find good center backs in this day and age. That's why I'm saying give him 250k or 200. Give him. And match is that why Liverpool. See, I seen reports in Twitter that all comments why Liverpool fans, Liverpool players want to go other teams because we are paying less wages.
Yeah.
And you know what, Shik? Luis Diaz was 55 grand for him. He's on 55,000.
55.
And
Yeah.
Matt Martinelli is 180. And Havertz is 280.
Yeah.
Mad.
Arsenal are just that's
Ah,
crazy.
that is mad, right? That is mad. That's why I'm saying that pay them. I don't want to lose Konate, man.
Yeah.
He's clinical. I want to see because after Van Dijk, he will be the captain. I want to
Yeah.
see him. And Robertson is going to Atleti.
Oh yeah,
It will happen,
apparently
I think.
agreed or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it will happen. Brilliant player, great servant. Uh, we will not see that type of play in this day and age. We brought him from Hull City for 5 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
For
five
sure.
million, we brought him. We will not see that type of player running down the wing. He's good at defensive. Not in last 1.5 year because he lost some because of his age. He's a brilliant player. I think uh, yeah, we have to bring another left back. Liverpool has to do so many things in this transfer window. I'm looking forward to it. We will have to see. And Arsenal fans hope. Arsenal fans are hoping that they will get Rodrigo. They will get Rodrigo. Hope another big
Big
team
hope.
won't get.
Big
They
hope.
hope.
Yeah.
See, if Rodrigo is available, I think Chelsea will be all silent. Shake. Chelsea won't be silent. I think City will go. I think Liverpool will try. PSG will try. See, Rodrigo is a player. Everybody will take him.
Yeah.
It's not easy for Arsenal. See, we can get Rodrigo. We can get Rodrigo. It's very
Yeah. It's not that
difficult deal.
easy. I don't even
It's
think if
very
you give
will be
him so much
difficult deal.
money, he would still want to go. Like he would want to probably go to a team which he can see is still winning because he's going from
Yeah.
technically a winning team at Real
Yes.
Madrid to another winning team. He's won what 2 Champions Leagues now with them. So like, yeah,
Yeah.
2
True.
Champions Leagues. So it's like he's gonna want to go from a winning club to another winning club. That's why I just feel like Arsenal keeps saying that, oh yeah, Rodrigo is gonna come to us. I don't think it's that easy. What's
No,
to
no,
say
no,
he
no.
doesn't go to a PSG? PSG are look
Yeah,
at the way PSG are playing right now. What player wouldn't want to join that club and be a part of that
PSG and
project?
Kvaratskhelia at left wing. Wow,
Bro, like
wow.
Rodrigo, even like let's just say Rodrigo plays on the right again. Rodrigo
And
Cavaschelli as your wingers,
Due,
and then
Due,
or
Due and
Due or yeah, like whoever. How that's the thing.
Barcola.
This question of having a problem of how they're gonna construct their team is a good problem because just look at all
Yeah,
the different attacking options that they have, and it's again like who would not want to play with that midfield, of course. Vitinha absolutely balled today. Like
baller.
I think Vitinha was just unreal today.
Man of the match for
Um,
me today. Man of the
yeah,
match.
bro, man of the match like most of the time that he plays for PSG, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Yes.
Fabian Ruiz scored
Yes.
another quality goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, their midfield like that PSG team, and then you're also going to be playing with a Nuno Mendes, depending on which side that you're playing on, as like your fullback. So it's one of those type of things where like who would not want to join that PSG team? That's just an example.
Yes.
Even Chelsea are kind of on the come up currently at this moment. You have the
They're
likes of
doing brilliant signing.
Palmer.
Yeah.
They're doing brilliant signings too. So it's like I just think
Yeah.
when it comes to if we take all those teams that you've just mentioned, I think Arsenal literally are bottom of the barrel. Genuinely, I think they're bottom of the barrel when it comes to that
I think if yeah,
attractiveness of the club.
Chelsea,
Yeah,
Chelsea, PSG, Liverpool, City, and Arsenal will be fifth. Arsenal will
Liverpool,
be
it's like,
fifth.
okay, we need you as a replacement for Mo Salah one day. You can play on that right hand side, or if need be,
Left
right now Mo Salah is there, you're gonna play on that left hand side. Like
left hand
that's
side.
exactly. So it's like even that you guys have just won a league title. You guys are probably going to compete in the Champions League again next year. So it's like these clubs are just a lot more attractive to someone like a Rodrigo
Yes.
as compared to Arsenal, and I think it's as simple as that, bro. Like
That's why
it's
I'm
literally
saying.
as simple as that.
See, Igal said so many times, and I have seen streams in YouTube and Twitter also. Rodrigo Sesco. Nah, Sesco. Okay, Sesco will be easy deal. Rodrigo
Yeah,
will be not easy deal. You
yeah,
don't know how he will play. And see, Alonso is a different manager.
yeah.
He want to see, and he will play Rodrigo. And we people will surprise. Wow, Rodrigo is playing. Yeah, he will play. Don't be
I think he
surprised.
might
See,
actually stay. I think there might be a thing where
yeah,
he actually ends up staying at Real Madrid.
yeah.
Yeah,
See, because once TT also told that
hmm,
Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Junior working because of Rodrigo. He is
hmm,
doing the dog work. He is doing the dog work. That's why I think, see, Jabil Alonso won't. If he wants to go, then fine. But if Real Madrid doesn't want to sell, he won't go. That is for me. Before I go, Shik, big up. Thank you for this.
of course, bro. You already
People
know.
subscribe to Shik TV. He's on to road to 1K.
Yes,
Before the season, he has to hit 1K. Before the season, he has to 1K.
we will do that.
And
We're going to hit 1K
yeah,
before the
before
season.
season, he
You
has
know.
to do it.
Yeah,
That's it. Big up. Thank you, Shik.
fair enough, man. Of course, man. Sigh every single time. Blessed to see you, bro. But yeah, people. Um, Wonderful to hear from Sai, of course. For his input on all that type of stuff. We got Shegs in the building talking about Sheik or a scrub mate. Um, I'm gonna be honest. There's nobody else here right now, so I'm gonna wait another 5 to 10 minutes. And if we do not hear or get anybody else in the stream, then I will go play pro clubs with the guys. So I'll wait a couple 5 10 minutes for that. Obviously, we did watch the Club World Cup game today, which was on the Sarcasm City TV. And I'll talk a little bit about that. I mean, 4-0 PSG winners. They got a penalty at the end. I think Atletico had a red card as well. And to me, honestly, Atletico just never stood a chance. I predicted originally 2-1, but as the game went on, I'm like, yeah, this could easily be a 3 or 4-0. And PSG are just too good of a team, man. Like, genuinely just too goddamn good of a team. The way that they play, the way that they play off the ball, on the ball, everything from top to bottom. Not saying that they can't be beat, like these teams can be beat, but right now it's just very, very tough to break a team like that down. It's very tough because the way that they just keep the ball and what they do with it, Vitinha is running all around the pitch, picking up the ball in the most random spaces that you would think of, and does the business. If he needs to do short term passing, he'll do that. If he needs to do long term play, he'll do that. If he needs to score a goal, like we saw the goal that he scored today, they just allowed him to run through. and he ended up scoring a great goal. Fabian Ruiz also scored as well. Let me just see who else some of the other goal scorers was for this game today. Big up Don C every single time. Big up to you, my bro. Hopefully everything is good. Speaking of Don C, we'll be back from Mud Brothers tomorrow, as usual, where we will be doing our little draft. It was Mayulu who also scored, and then it was Lee Kang-in who scored the penalty at the end of the game. They didn't start off with very, very similar to the team that they had against Inter in the Champions League final. The only difference, of course, being Gonzalo Ramos started over Ousmane Dembele. Gonzalo Ramos, I do have to say, absolute scrub of a player. Like, he missed a couple of good chances, decent chances for PSG today. And just, yeah, I mean, you could tell why he doesn't start week in, week out for them and why Enrique doesn't trust him to be the number 9. Oh, we do have another caller. Okay, we're going to get him on real quick. But, all right, so we'll introduce him. He has been on the channel before, and he is here again. And he's got a little Arsenal background. But big up to my guy, KD. What you saying, bro? How's everything going, KD?
Everything's going all right, just enjoying the Arsenal tears. I hope they don't get Gyökeres. I hope they get Sesko. You know what I mean? Kepa, great signing from them as well. But other than that, not too much. I guess Spurs sacked their manager for Thomas the Frank engine. Me personally, I'm not too mad at it. I know Jacob is just fuming all over the place 24/7.
Yeah, go and talk about your thoughts on obviously Ange being sacked first, because there's a lot of Spurs fans who were like, he deserved maybe another year, he deserved another transfer window, all that type of stuff. What are your thoughts on it? Are you happy that he's gone? You understand the situation, or what is it? I'm still here, by the way.
Yeah, of course. Here's how I would say it. I would just say it like, I understand he earned the chance at another season. So I understand why Jacob is angry. I understand why there are ancient people that are not happy with this move. And he did back his talk. He said he wins a trophy in the second season. Well, he did.
Yeah.
So he deserved a shot. But I will say this. For me, it's like Ten Hag 2.0. I think next season we would have gotten relegated under Ainge. Like, I don't think it would have. I don't think it would have been a great season. I don't think our ownership would have backed him anyways. It would still be the same players, and it would still just be the same shit. Only this time, instead of winning a Europa League, we can't win a Champions League. I mean, Ainge, he says third season's better than second season. I don't think he's capable of that. Could he win a Super Cup? Yeah. And honestly, if he won Super Cup and got relegated, I'd take that as a good season. You know what I mean? I'm shameless with it.
You think he could win a Super Cup against this PSG team?
I don't know. I think we.
Did you watch the game
today?
They
looked good today. They looked good.
Did you watch the game today? They didn't just look good. They didn't.
Yeah, I need somebody to humble them. It's not looking good. They're on fire right now.
They're on absolute fire, bro.
4-0 against Atletico. Yeah. Madrid, I'm not gonna lie. I need you to do a little something. Humble them a little bit. Let's let them lose their confidence a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
But I will say, I do like I like Thomas the Frank engine's tactics a lot more against a PSG team than Ainge would. But my point is that would have been our best chance at a trophy, and I would have taken that if it meant we won that. But like you said, it is PSG. Like if that's our only chance at a trophy next season, that's a relatively poor outlook for next season. So that's why I'm on the side of, yeah, sure, Thomas Frank is an underwhelming hire. But to be honest, if you watch the, people don't really watch the Spurs interviews, but Ben Jacobs, who has been pretty spot on this window. Fair play to him. I thought he was like a complete shit source, like the Sun and stuff like that. He's been mostly spot on this window. He literally said, like, we approached a lot of managers, and they all rejected us. And I'll be honest, if we lost Europa League, we might have not pulled off Thomas Frank either. So we'd have sacked Ainge, and we would have brought in maybe a Scott Parker or something. We were getting linked with Scott Parker 2 months ago. So
Ryan Mason is always there as well. He's always just lurking. He's always just lurking.
I do not need that nightmare. I do not.
He's always just. Hey, I'm just saying, he's always lurking. He's always lurking. He's always in the shadows, just ready.
West Brom, bro. Thank you, West Brom. Thank you for taking him away. I'm with Jacob on that. Ryan Mason is part of the reason why this club is so shit for so long. But I'll chill on Ryan Mason. I wish him the best of luck. I hope he does well at West Brom. Obviously, he played for Spurs too and all that. So big up to him.
Let me ask you on one. Let me ask you on one thing, because obviously our clubs have been linked to this one specific player, Brian Mbeumo. Do you think that happens? Do I
think that happens? Yeah. No. Could I see that happening? Yes. And I hate to rub it in your face, Shik, but that's actually how I felt about the Europa League final as well. Like, I thought United was going to beat us, but I thought Spurs had a chance. I think it's the same thing with the Mbeumo deal. For me, it's clear to me Mbeumo wants United, but my point is, I think he would consider settling for Tottenham if United don't pay the money. It's really just up to the money. So if United pay like 65 million or whatever they're asking for, then yeah, he's going to go be at United because obviously Embuemo prefers United over Spurs, and I get that. That's what it is about higher wages, more club prestige. That makes sense. But if you guys only want to like settle at like the 60 million price, which to be fair is a fair price. I mean, more than 60 M's might be too much anyways. I could see Spurs hijacking that and saying, here you go, here's 65 million. And Embuemo might just have no choice but to join Tottenham. And Frank could convince him enough to say, you know what? It's not too bad. It's better than staying at Brentford. And he would end up at Tottenham. So that's what I'm saying there. So like, I think if I was top percentage, I would say 25% chance he ends up at Tottenham. But he's still more likely than not ending up at United, in my opinion.
Okay, fair enough. How do you see your next season going with Thomas?
It's going to be an interesting season because
obviously you still have signings and stuff to make and all that type of stuff, and it's still a little
I don't know. Here's where I will give Jacob. He makes a good point. Thomas Frank is a bit of a yes man. He will take what he is given and try to make the most out of it. Like just now, I saw that. I mean, I don't like it, but I saw that they're considering giving Manor Solomon, the guy who played for Leeds last season, a chance to see what he can do. And that's what he will do. He will give every player a chance, whether they're good or bad, and then see what he can get out of these players before we make any additional signings in general. So if we make any additional signings, it might just be like at a position that's in super need of like any depth in general. So it might not even be a good signing. It might just be a project signing. So I could see that. But regarding unless like we can get Embuemo and stuff like that, like on the good deal where we hijack people, like that's how Levy moves in it. But besides that, I do think, I mean, people can clip me all on. We're not getting relegated next season. That's how I do feel. There's no way we get relegated with Thomas Frank at Spurs. I think it sounds like a low standard, but the bare minimum is European football next season. So you have to get at least Conference League, Europa League, or top 5. Yeah. So that is regarding the trophies and stuff. Obviously, I want us to give a shot. Give PSG a shot against the Super Cup, see what we can do. But obviously, it's unlikely to happen. And then we'll see what we can do in the other cup games. To be fair, Frank has never won anything. Ainge has won a lot of things. So I guess it's fair to expect Frank not to win anything. But I would still like to see him make a deep run in one of the cup matches, see what he can do. If he could win a trophy and prove like people like Jacob wrong first season, that would be great. But yeah, in terms of the bare minimum expectations, I think just European football in general. So
okay. Fair enough. Any final few things you want to say before we don't really have another person, so you can kind of chill here? And Sai, I know you're still here too, so I'll just add you because you are here.
Big up Sai, by the way.
But yeah, go on. Any final few things you want to say?
Just regarding, I think it'll be interesting to see how dominant this PSG team really are in the future because we are seeing them going on a crazy run. And listen, if the Super Cup goes the way I think it will go, then there's a chance PSG could win the Champions League again. They could go on a complete run, and that would be wild. And it's just a massive props to Luis Enrique and what job he has done there. And I know it's crazy because Enrique was begging for every single Premier League club, even Spurs. He was desperate to join Tottenham at one point. So it is crazy how we all fumbled the bag there. And big props to Enrique for all of that.
So mad that we funded that goddamn midfield, but it is what it is.
Yeah, Ugarte, bro, you get all the midfielders available. You chose Ugarte. That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, we chose Ugarte. They funded Joao Neves and just added more to their midfield, and yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean PSG, it's like it could be scary times, bro. We could be getting into an era of just PSG dominance, which is crazy to say because I don't think we've never had that era of just PSG dominance. So there's that. We do have someone though who's here, a new caller, so we're gonna add him as well. He's been in the chat for Sarcasm City TV. He was in the playback and all that type of stuff. So African King is here. African King, how are you doing, my bro? First time on the channel. How's everything going?
I'm good. I just saw this now, so I thought might as well just.
Yeah, man. Of course, you already know. Yeah, you already know, man. Every single Sunday we tried to. Today, obviously, I did it a little bit later, just like last week, but it's meant to be at 8 p.m. UK time every single Sunday. There was a Club World Cup game today, which I also wanted to watch, so that's why we just decided to do that. But it looks like you are a Chelsea fan. Is there anything you want to talk about in terms of what do you want to talk about today in terms of your club and stuff like that?
In terms of my club, I've said this in a couple of videos that I've been in, is that I feel like when it comes to the transfer window, the first 10 days, that's when you see the ambitions of a club wanting to win the Club World Cup, and we didn't show that ambition. So going into this tournament, I'm not really overly excited about my team's chances. I think we'll get past the group stage, but when it comes to coming against the bigger teams, your Bayerns, your PSGs, I don't think we have enough to compete with them at the moment. And I feel like a lot of the time, like for me, it's a frustrating thing when you have sporting directors that don't get moves over the edge. So with the Mignon deal, that deal right there, 5 million, that gets you an upgrade on the goalkeeper, gets you experience. He's French. A lot of our players are French. That's a leader you can bring into the squad. And I think the one thing we lack in our defensive quarters is a proper leader, and that adds straight away. But they didn't get that deal over the line. Then with the deal as
I just want to add to like it's very strange to me because like not only did you just say no to Magnon, but then you also just said no to getting another goalkeeper entirely. You're just like, we don't want to get another goalkeeper now, even though you said you wanted to go get Magnon. But then it's like, okay, if Magnon you're not able to bring through, cool. But then there's probably has to be other, people that you would have scouted, other, what do you say, alternatives to Magnon. But it just looked like you just took a complete U-turn. Now all of a sudden, I think I heard from like Lewis's stream, shout out to Lewis, that like Chelsea want to go with Sanchez for another year. Apparently he proved something towards the end of the season where they're like, okay, he deserves another year. I've been saying this, Jorgensen needs to start, or Petrovic, who you guys had loaned out, he should probably get back into goal. Petrovic looks like he's going to be sold at this point, or I just don't know what's going on. So yeah, I mean, sorry to cut you off, but I just thought that was really, really strange.
No, it is. It frustrates me because it shows that the club lacks ambition, and that's all I want to see. Up until this point, I believe the project has failed. Up until this point, because I'm aiming for leagues and Champions Leagues, and if you don't get me that's failure to me, because that's what I've seen my club do. So when it comes to the goalkeeper position, Sanchez isn't good enough. Jorgensen isn't good enough. Petrovic has the potential, but you're going to sell him. And then Penders is too young. So we need keepers. We need keepers, because right now we just have a bunch of backups. And the one guy that looked like he has the potential, one of the best keepers in League One last year, you're trying to sell him. Why? You bring him to the Club World Cup, give him a chance to prove himself, and he would easily show he's better than Sanchez. But now you're telling me you don't even want to bring in a keeper in when it's a problem position. We know the problems for Chelsea. Goalkeeper, striker. Those are the two things that I needed. And then maybe a winger and a backup left back. It's simple. I don't understand how our sporting directors can't do the basics. And then the other thing is, it's like they're allergic to signing anyone over the age of 25. I don't get it. They move in like groomers. If it's 16, spend whatever money. If it's 26, 27, too pricey. It just don't make sense. So there's only a level you can get to if you're not willing to put experience into your team. And for me, that's the biggest issue that I have with my club at the moment. Because as I said, these 10 days was going to show me everything, and they've showed me we're not a serious institution. We're moving like Arsenal. We're moving like a team that's a Big Four team that's pretending to be mid-table. That's what we're moving like Brighton and them. That's what we're moving like.
You're moving like Spurs. You're moving like Spurs.
Yeah, exactly. Under 25s. This is not an under 25 league. The Club World Cup is serious ballers. Like every team that's gonna get to the advanced stages, they got experience in abundance. We don't.
Yeah.
So
there's some top teams in there too. Obviously, we saw Bayern Munich. Yeah, they played a bunch of like New Zealand farmers and whatever, but they scored 10 goals today. You saw PSG, who just, PSG, I don't even need to say anything more about them. Like, they're just quality. You still have to see Real Madrid play. I think Juventus is still in there. Like, there's Manchester City are still in this as well. So it's like, there's a couple of teams that you have to keep a lookout on. Go on, Sai. You were going to say something?
See, mad thing is that they won't pay 5 million for Mike Minion, but they are ready to play 60 million for Gittins.
Yeah.
Under 25.
Yeah, that is a mad thing. See, Gittins got rejected. Immediately they sent another bid.
Yeah.
Immediately they sent another bid, and they will go for Gittins also. I think they will get in. They will get Gittins. Man, he has to change name, man. Gittins or Kittens, he has to change name.
Yeah,
That name is
Gittins is a crazy name. It is
no,
crazy.
no, no. He has to
Kittens
change
is
his name.
just such a easy
No,
like
no.
slander name, to be
Yeah,
honest. Like
he
it
has to
is.
change his name. And that's see, Chelsea has a good team. They need
Yeah,
three players: left wing, keeper, and centre back. That's it. They can't see their midfield was one of the best. I really like their midfield. Caicedo, Enzo, and Palmer. And see, you can take off Enzo and you can bring Palmer. Sorry, you can bring Lavia, and you can take see you can rest uh, Caicedo. You can bring Andre Santos. Andre Santos is a brilliant player. He has a good season at Strasbourg, and he's a eight, not six. He's an eight.
yeah.
They got brilliant midfield, and their attack also. Neto is hot and cold, but he can work. They need a striker. They need a left winger. They need a centre back, and most importantly, keeper.
Okay.
And they got brilliant opportunity with Mike Minion. It is a brilliant market opportunity. It won't happen again. I think I have seen Fabrizio say that Chelsea will try again. I think they will get him, but if you don't get him, it will be a big fumble. I
Yeah.
can't see Sanchez lifting Premier League. I can't see chances lifting Premier League with Chelsea. No, no, no. I see Nunes lift Premier League with my team. Nah, I can't see chances lifting Premier League with
I
Chelsea.
just
They
don't see
have
it.
to do that.
I don't see them lifting
No,
a major trophy with Sanchez in goal. Like those are things that you have to address. And it's like, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be very frustrated too, because you've seen this past season with already the problems that you had at the start of the season, kind of almost midway. You guys mounted a title challenge, kind of like a title challenge. I think that should be enough motivation for this board and the owners to be like, okay, we should go and back this manager. We should go and back these players by just getting them, by addressing all these situations. Because if you can mount a little bit of a title challenge with this squad, imagine what you could do with a better squad, a better goalkeeper, all these positions that Sai just mentioned. And I completely get it. Like I would be frustrated too, because this year is meant to be that push for Chelsea. It's about high time in this project now where they make that push. Poch's year, like, we'll forget about it, all that type of stuff. Potter, all of those. You made some mistakes and appointments of managers. Cool, whatever. Now that you've actually found one manager who also people had big doubts on, but he delivered whatever the objectives were at the start of the season. Start of the season, the objectives were top 4, trophy, Conference League, and that's exactly what they did. And at this point, it's just like, if they're not going to back this manager after just seeing what they have seen, considering also that little bit of a title challenge, then what are they going to do? What's going to make them wake up and be like, okay, we actually need to invest more into this team? And I don't care about this whole £1 billion and all that type of stuff. All clubs spend money. It's not our money. It's not like we're accountants sitting here. It's not our money or anything like that. Teams have spent a lot of money. Like Arsenal have spent a lot of money in these past 5 years. Manchester United, for us eventually now dropping to 15th, spent a lot of money to get here in this position anyways. Manchester City have spent a lot in their past, and they're obviously a different whole thing because they've been successful. But clubs in this day and age, especially if you're a big club, you have to spend money. You have to reinvest into the squad every now and then. One of the biggest reasons why Sai at one point in time probably hated FSG was because they didn't spend money. They ended up getting players like Harvey Elliott after they won a league title, a goalkeeper like Adrian after they won a league title.
was on
And now
Kabak.
look at their win. Yeah. And Kabak as a center back. And now look at like what they're spending on players now. Like now they're again just all of a sudden based off of their transfer window, favorites to win this league again, along with maybe Manchester City as well. So I completely get it. Like African King, I completely get what you're trying to say. We do have a City fan though in the building as well. Man like AK is here. What you saying, AK, man? How's everything going?
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on mute. Yeah. Yeah, big up, guys. Bloody hell. I had to watch PSG I had to watch Luis Enrique sit down Diego Simeone and his
He little
boys.
broed him. He little broed him.
He little brought him 4-0 clean sheet.
9 goals in the past 2 games. Champions League final and the Club World Cup.
Yeah, and yes, Sheik,
9
not
goals.
just that, Bayern were going blitzkrieg on Auckland
yeah.
City, 10-0.
I mean, I heard that they're like Like the people who play, some of the players who play for Auckland City, they're part timers. Like they don't even full time play for Auckland City. They got called up to play in this tournament, which I mean, if you think about it just from a human perspective, you get a free trip to the United States and you get paid out to just play. I would have taken it too. Like honestly, I would have probably done it as well. Like I'm just being so honest. If someone told me, "Oh yeah, you want to just be part time and play for this team, you're gonna travel to Europe, all inclusive. You're also gonna get paid at the end." Sure, I don't care for losing 10. No, I don't care. It's gonna be an experience for sure. But yeah, it's just like, what are your thoughts on Manchester City? You think you can win the Club World Cup? You have most of your signings through. So you've got Cherky, you've got Reinders, you've got Aid Nouri, you've got all these players through now who are probably going to play this Club World Cup. What are your chances? Do you think you could beat this PSG team if you go up against them?
Look, I'm not being pessimistic or I'm not being like overconfident in that, but seeing PSG batter Atletico Madrid, oh boy, I mean, it's a thing to worry about because this PSG team is moving mad.
They are really
The
moving.
champions of Europe, they have won 3 trophies. Yeah, they won what 3 trophies on the trot. Plus, they won three. They won, I think, what 2 domestic trophies. Yeah, plus
Yeah.
1 Champions League, and now the way they're playing right now, I mean, like they never stop, and it's really
Yeah.
worrying though because I mean, look. Although I'm not worried about, although I'm not worried about my team right now because we got in quality players to the door, 3 of them, and we've got a game up against Wydad, who are from Morocco. We play them on Wednesday, so it's going to be intriguing. It's going to be very intriguing on how these 3 play with Haaland.
Yeah. True. Do you think you guys get well, when is your first game? And who do you, or you just talked about it, but let me see your group real quick. Because if
It's
I were to
Group
pick
G.
favorites in this tournament, I'd definitely have you guys up there, at least getting to, maybe a quarterfinal, semifinal type stage. I think Real Madrid are up there. I think PSG are up there. Chelsea, like African King said, I just don't think they've done enough in terms of their signings. It'll just go down to Maresca and what he can get out of this team again. Or some other clubs that I maybe
Bayern,
missing.
maybe Bayern.
Bayern, yeah, maybe. I just think it's
I
not
think those
enough for me
3
to
are
tell.
the top 3. Yeah, I would say those.
Yeah,
3
I would say maybe, yeah. You could, we'll throw Bayern in there as well. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this tournament. Like I was supposed to do a watch along today, but since Flawless went live, I just decided to go on with him. But I'll probably do watch alongs for the future games because yeah, it's good football we're still getting to watch, and it's something that we don't, even there's no. Last year we had the Euros. There's nothing this summer, so it's like there's still something to watch, and content wise as well. There's still something for us to talk about and stuff like that. But we'll go back to a little bit of the Premier League for you, AK. Obviously now you have made some of these signings and all that type of stuff. What are your still any anything you think of in the Premier League season? You're going to be going up against Liverpool. Looks like you two are now going to be the favorites. Ryan Cherky has come through. Verts for them. What do you have to say about this whole Verts versus Ryan Cherky thing? I think, by the way, this is going to be a big talking point of this Premier League season. Anytime Verts has a stinker of a game, anytime Ryan Cherky has a stinker of a game, Liverpool fans, Manchester City fans, you guys are going to be talking to each other quite a lot. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think you have a well enough team to go up against Liverpool, or are you still have to see what's going to happen with City and how they're all going to work out and stuff like that?
I mean, to be honest though, like the transfer window again reopens in what 3 hours from now. So
Something like that, yeah. I thought maybe it was like a
yeah,
day
at the
or two
moment,
or 3 hours. Yeah.
yeah, at the moment we're looking for a goalkeeper and a right back.
Okay. I think there's an echo from you, Sai. All good though.
Is it from me?
No. It's from Sai. It's all good. It's all good.
All right.
Real quick, let me just get to this comment too. Shik, our owner, Sullivan, the little dwarf, lives bottom of my road, biggest house in Essex. Billionaire wants to sell our best players and not spend. we are relegation contenders next season. So I'm guessing he's a West Ham fan. Do want to get Mike's thoughts on all of that type of stuff too. But that's crazy. West Ham actually being relegation contenders, and you have Potter as your manager now too. He also says Cherky, in his opinion, is a better player than Verts. I just still think it's tough for me to call in terms of those two players. Like, I think Verts is more creative. I think Verts is, and Ryan Cherky, I think is like, how would I explain this? He's more of an aggressive and explosive talent. Where someone mentioned this, and I actually agree with them a lot. That I think Pep is going to use Ryan Cherky like how he used Riyad Mahrez. He's going to allow him to express himself on the pitch. Whereas a lot of other players, like we've seen in the past, like Grealish, and this whole term of Pep turns players robotic and all that type of stuff. I don't think he allows that to happen to Cherky. I think we saw that goal that he scored against who was it? Spain
Against
in the
Spain.
Euros. Even when they played against us at Old Trafford, Ryan Cherky was a freaking problem. Like he's like, in terms of what they're both going to do for their respective clubs, I think they're similar in that aspect. But in terms of players, I think Ryan Cherky is more technical than Verts, slightly over him. I think they're both pretty good, but I would say Ryan Cherky is a little bit more technical than him. He's just more aggressive as a player. He also is just more, like I said, explosive as a player. Verts, at the same time, he's going to add a lot more to their attack. He might not still get, the amount of GNA that we're all expecting him to get because he's a £120 million player and all that type of stuff, but he's still going to do a lot of the other things right. Like, create attacks or be that creative player, but then also he can be that person who can score goals. His dribbling is good, passing, shooting, all that type of stuff. It's going to add a lot to that Liverpool attack. Not only is it going to do that, but I've been saying this too for Liverpool, Mo Salah is probably not going to have the similar type of year that he just had. Like this year that he just had was exceptional, right? And it was something where obviously Golden Boot winner, he had the most assists and stuff in the league too. I just don't think they replicate that because of someone like Verts being on the pitch. But then what that also does is it takes a little bit of pressure off of Mo Salah when he is playing for Liverpool. And it's going to try to basically, maybe they might share the goals and the assists between them. But Liverpool need to get a striker. And that Sai has been saying that for a very long time too. They have to get a striker. And if there could come a situation where, who knows, I don't know, you probably know this more than me, Sai, but Verts might be playing as a 9. Verts might be playing as a false 9 for you guys because you still have McAllister, you still have, your midfield and all that. Go on. What are your thoughts on that? Go on. Mm-hmm.
Is there an echo? No echo.
You're good. Oh, it's just when we speak, but when you speak, it's fine. Go on.
See, for me, Words can't play 9. No. It will be dangerous. No, it can't. See, before I tell that, I want to speak on the Cherky versus Words debate.
Go on.
Speak on. Don't compare them with them two, because one is a 10 and Cherky is a perfect 10, and Words uses 10, but he can play from left. There are both different players and they both have different attributes. For me, Words was not a first choice for me. Cherky is a first choice. I wanted Cherky and Isak because of price, not because of qualities. Because of price, I wanted Cherky and Isak. Now we got Words. Fine, brilliant player, excellent footballer. I will say that they both will work. They both can have wonderful seasons. They both can have a stinkers. I don't compare them both. See, we are not comparing Words to Cherky. City fans are doing because they are salty. Because Words rejected Words rejected City. That's why they are comparing. We are not comparing with him. We are not. And what I think was, Cherky will play a different role. I think Cherky won't start every game. Foden will start. We have seen that. We have seen from Pep, he will drop players. He won't start many players every time. I think Foden will start. Momush will start. Savio or Doku will start left and right. That's why I think, Cherky will be brilliant signing for City. 40 million. Every team will take him. I take him. United will take him. Chelsea will take. No, Chelsea have Palmer. Okay, fine. But every team will take him. I think, this debate was rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. See, we paid 126 million. He will have a stinker. Every game he won't succeed. Definitely you have 2 to 3 stinkers. Cherky will have a stinker. But what I say was, words off the ball work is more good than Cherky. That you will say. Off the ball work more good than Cherky. And one more thing, coming back to the striker department. See, we brought words for two purposes. One for creativity. We are replacing Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's not easy. He's a generational right back. He's a rat, but he's a fat also. But we are replacing him. That's why we are. And one more thing, Salah won't have 40 goal season next season, and the main focus will be on words. The main this team will be concrete center focused by words, and we have to have striker. We will definitely buy striker. Who is that was? I don't know. I don't think, but I am praying the God that we can get Alvarez or Isak. I am praying God. I want Alvarez or Isak. If Isak comes or Alvarez comes, we will win the league.
So you
If
so
Isak,
you have spent 120 million. So you think you can still in this summer window still spend something close to that on one player again?
That
I
see,
don't know if you have
yes, see, we don't have PSR problems, and one more thing, we can spend around 200 to 250 million without sales, and we will sell Nunes. That is fine. Robertson is going, and Diaz. I think Diaz 60 to 40. Diaz will go. I think now what I want was we'll sell players and we will bring one striker and one left back, one center back.
Okay.
3 players. Left back will be Kirkes and another left back. You have to see depends upon the price, and we have to bring center back. Heto, he can be a good center back. Jared Leto from Ajax, and we have to bring one left winger. I want Malik Fofana from Lyon. He won't cost many. He'll cost around 25 to 30 million. I want Malik Fofana. He's a brilliant player. And my dream signing will be, see, Words was not a dream signing for me. Isak, okay, it's a dream signing. But my dream signing will be Angelo Stiller from Stuttgart.
Yeah.
It will be dream signing. He's a dream signing for me. After we are so many, I think 2 to 3 seasons, this will be again City Liverpool season. We will go City Liverpool. I think next season will be like a 90-point season. We get 95, they get 93, we will get 91, they will get 92. It will be brilliant. I see. For me, if Arsenal they brought Sesko, they bought Rodrigo also, they will third for me. No, I don't see. For me, they got super duper Mikel. I don't trust him. He will be a DM at center back. No, I don't trust him. For me, it is City and Liverpool again. See, all are saying that Cherky is a brilliant signing, and the most underrated signing is Reinders. He will cook. Reinders, he will cook. He's a brilliant player. He will cook.
True. Welcome, my bro Jazz as well. Jazz, what you saying, bro? I was just about to close out in a little bit, but go on. You can speak.
Shit, nah, bro. What is that?
It's all good. Chilling. Something you want to talk about on the fan calling show?
Actually, I wanted to call it because I thought there was like a conversation going on and just wanted to join, but I didn't know you was gonna finish it. Then it's just like, fuck it.
Oh no, you're all good, bro. I should have mentioned it, to be honest. But I'll stay here for a couple of minutes. Yeah, you can cook, bro. Whatever you want to say. Join this conversation.
No. Oh, to be honest, there's nothing really on the mind. I'll be honest, I'll just be chilling. Off season's cool. The only thing I probably have in my mind is, bro, I think Tottenham fans are bitches, man. I'll be honest, man. Like, because the thing is,
go on. Let it cook.
Because obviously we signed Talia for 30 million pounds in it, and I had like an argument with somebody today, and I'm like, yo, and I knew I won the argument, but I asked them, okay, who do you think you can buy, who's gonna be a backup, who can also be versatile striker or left wing, they can actually come into the football club. And when they told me they don't know anybody, so you just said you were just saying all that stuff here just to let us steam. Yeah. No actual basis, no actually basis behind your opinion. Just like it's because of this, and the guy hasn't done well, and the guy hasn't done well in like the half of the season he's been here.
Yeah.
Tell me who actually was well for the half of the season that we had.
True.
Nobody.
Also in the Europa League, everybody put the work in, so it's like.
But Jez, I'll tell you.
Like,
yeah, I hear you, Jez. But I mean, I'm cool with the Tell deal as well. I'm not too mad at it, especially for that price. But I would have taken Antonio Nusa from RB Leipzig because he worked with. Because Frank wanted him at Brentford, and he was linked with Spurs before he got hurt, and he said he was being played at out of position at Leipzig. I thought that would have been made more sense to Tell.
To be honest, you can go get both because my thing was more so because my thing for me was more so that I've been speaking about how we should be getting a left winger, and we should be getting two because let's be honest, Mikey Moore, I like the kid, good talent. I don't think he's ready. I think he needs a loan, in my opinion. I think Odegaard, we need to see what he can actually bring for a whole season since he was injured for half of the season, but he can cover both sides. I think you can make a slam dunk kind type of thing where like you get Tell on the cheap, like you did, and you go and get another left winger because it's not like you spent a lot of money for Tell.
But Jez, it looks like I get you. It looks like we're looking at Mbeumo or even Semenyo from Bournemouth.
Yeah, this for me that's fine for the right side. I'm calm. Like I haven't seen us linked enough for left wingers, like actual links.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the one thing where I'm like, especially if Sam leaves, like because there's bare rumors about Sam leaving, and he's opened apparently to leave as well, which makes sense now. But we need to get another left winger, and like I said, Antonio Nusa is another one that I definitely would take them. But my point was more about specifically for 30 million.
Yeah,
you go and kind of sign because 30 million is like 5 years ago. 30 million was the 50 mil. So it's like you don't really pay that much, and the fact that his contract is over 6 years, I think when you divide 30 million divided by 6, you're paying peanuts over his contract when you really put it in that perspective. So for me, it's like I'll just be honest, Tottenham fans are just bitches. The sun is out, go outside, enjoy the preseason, man. Enjoy the Club World Cup, man. Like I don't get why people are having like a head loss. Like it's not like we're signing Garnacho or something like right now. If this was Garnacho, I get it. I get it.
Please,
we are getting linked with Garnacho from Simon Jones apparently.
This has been since
John 17. You've got to be joking.
No, but no, it's it. This has been since January. But the one reason why I don't believe you're gonna buy him is because Frank is when it comes to Thomas, Frank is all about
no pricks strategy. Yeah,
he's literally everything that goes against what he wants by players in the source. For me, it's like I think this is just something that was already there in January. But I think when Frank has like an idea of if
we're good. Yeah,
we're good. So yeah, like, but I do think we need a left winger though. I agree with you in that sense. We do need another left winger.
Guys, what were your thoughts on the Grealish links?
I'll be honest, bro. I'm in that phase of
I don't know.
I'm not here to save people no more. I'm not here to save people. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be on the rehabilitation system type of bullshit no more. Like I'll be honest.
Max, but leave that to Lego Head, bro. Leave that to the Arsenal. You know, they want to rebuild everybody. They can do that. You know,
they can have Grealish for me. Grealish 5 years ago would have been cool. Like this is when he was hot property in it. But for me, it's like I'd rather go and get me like a youngster who has like some good potential about them, or somebody who's producing at a certain level right now. Like you said, Nusa, for example. Nusa for me was somebody I wanted before. But before even Brentford or even Leipzig, so now that's a baller right there. But definitely need a left winger, and I do say as well. I want my 2 cents, but I'll be honest. That pivot first, I think we need to change it up. I'll be real.
Yeah,
I think we need to get 2 more midfielders to be honest. Because like, I'm just looking around and just like thinking is that outside the defense, because I think everybody can say Tottenham defense. You can argue when everybody healthy and they play to their level. I think it's the top 5 defense in the league. I generally believe that we can even push it maybe to 4, but it's also like I said, when they're all healthy. But then you go to the attacking midfield. Now you start looking at it and say 7th, 8th for each category.
Yeah.
So when you all balance it out, yeah, man. But like I said, I have to just come on really quick to say this about
course, bro.
It's been pissing
of course.
me, honestly.
You're always welcome, man. You already know. You're always welcome. Fan calling.
Can I make my last point? Can I make my last point to Jez?
Of course.
Yeah, Jez. Look. I know that KD and Jez, both of you are Spurs fans, yeah. Look,
Yeah.
I know that you man are heavily linked to our guy, Jack Grealish. Even Newcastle as well are in the mix. So it could go both. It could go both either ways. I mean, either he'll join Newcastle, either he'll join you on loan. That's my
See,
feeling.
the thing,
Maybe Newcastle should sign him. I
I
don't
feel,
know. Yeah, I'm with
I
Jez
feel
on
like,
that.
I feel like Newcastle on loan. I think they would definitely take because the issue with Jack is as well is that he's barely available on top of that, and I feel like in Frank's first season, the last thing that you want to bring him in is a player that is not reliable, staying healthy. Like I know
Yeah.
we have Van der Ven with his injury problem. Romero has his injury problem, which people don't talk about. But I think in Frank's system, you can probably make the argument saying how it benefits probably these players a lot more, and how they can probably stay more healthier. I know a lot of people was blaming Ange for the injuries, but I'm sorry, man. If this medical department is the same for this season, I still think we're gonna be cooked regardless. They need to go as well.
Fair
Oh
enough.
yeah,
Fair
and
enough.
just not to mention that ball fraud Levy needs to also go.
Right?
Yeah, obviously,
We
obviously.
all know, we all know, man. But that's
Yeah,
a
I
pipe
feel
dream for
part
now.
Jez. I mean, I mentioned this, but I'm not happy about us keeping Solomon. But I feel like Levy might force us to keep Solomon.
I,
You know,
I think
that's the kind of
I
thing he
think
would do.
from what I've seen is that he wants himself to prove himself, but the club wants to sell him. So if Frank is not
I
gonna,
hope you're right about that. Yeah,
I think also this was going to be the case where if Frank is not impressed by him during the preseason, I think he's out of here personally.
sounds good. Sounds good.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Just two comments real quick that I'll get to. RSV has this crazy theory, which I'm just gonna say I don't believe it. He has a theory that ETH Eric Ten Hag was paid by Pep to sabotage United when he first got appointed back in 2022. Pep was managing Bayern's first team when Eric Ten Hag was their reserves team head coach. He wasted 600 million. He better use the words money to buy Anthony Garnacho from Man United, something that I have been saying too. He really did so much of the damage. That summer 2023 window was when he signed Højlund, Onana, and Mount was embezzlement. Look, man, this is what I would say to this. We still have an opportunity to get these guys gone. This is the best opportunity for us to get a lot of these scrub players, the squad that he built, gone. Right now, does it look like we are in the process of doing it? It's still early days. I know some of these guys.
No. At the moment, no. I mean, like, look, Sheik. At the moment, you got rid of Garnacho, but then Garnacho is still not found his club yet. So,
but we still got time. It's still
yeah,
June.
I mean,
We still have
Chelsea.
July.
yeah,
We
it's
still
still
have
June.
August, and we still have some time until some of these players go. So I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, I think the most important thing in that is like, cool. I'm at a stage where it's like whatever happens with Ten Hag happened, right? He's not here anymore. We don't need to be worrying about that. His players though are still here, and the next step is we need to get these guys gone, and that's very very important. That's how I'll really know that this club is serious. If they're serious of turning things around, if they're serious of actually getting back to some sort of competitive level, because right now we are in the depths of hell. If we are looking to get back even in the top 10, I would say, or compete for top 6, top 4 is just such a far reach. We have to start by getting a lot of these players gone, because I don't want to go into next season continuing the same thing again where someone gets hurt and we're doing revisionism back on this squad again. And a lot of people have been saying this, like in hindsight, it is good that we kind of did lose the Europa League, because I know how this club runs. We would have won the Europa League. This club would have sat there and told us that a lot of these players who played in this Europa League, oh well, look how they did when they finished 15th. They won the trophy at the end of the season. They'd still deserve more time under Ruben Amorim, all that type of stuff. Bullshit, man. I need us to stop doing all that. Get rid of these players. We still have a lot of time. Am I concerned about these players leaving? Not so yet. Can I be concerned later as time goes by? Sure. But it all just depends on how things are going. Onana, it looks like, I think one thing I noticed is, like, if you guys seen our new kit drop, there's not a single picture of Onana in it. And there's not a single picture of him being, like sponsoring our new kit or like all that type of stuff, which just kind of tells me that maybe I'm reaching a little bit, but it could also be that, okay, maybe we are looking to let him go. Garnacho had a fallout with the manager at the end of the Europa League and all that type of stuff. I'm sure he's going to go. Højlund's been linked to a lot of other clubs. There are still going to be some players who might have end up staying, for sure. Like, I don't think Mason Mount leaves. As much as I want him to go, I just don't think he leaves. Because his manager likes him, and there just hasn't been any talk about him leaving the club either. But it's just time. We have to see. It's still too early. Same thing for our signings. And I could say this for all our clubs. I still think like, yes, maybe our clubs are not moving how some other clubs are moving currently at this moment, but it just give it some time. And maybe later on, mid-June, towards the end of June, maybe early July is when you guys we can all actually be like, okay, we're a little bit concerned on what our clubs are doing and stuff like that. But yeah, big up to it, Kevin. United are still very quiet. That's true. I think we'll get the Mbeumo deal done soon, though. Maybe when the transfer windows opens up. I think someone said it's supposed to open
Yo,
up.
can I ask you a question about it?
Yeah, go on. Mm-hmm.
What do you think it is that it's taking so long in terms of trying to get the fee that they want to? Because I feel like, because what, you bid 2 times or 1 time?
We bid. So this is the thing. I don't know if we bid a second time. We bid the first time when we heard that. How much was it? 45 plus 10 million add-ons, and they rejected it right away. And then after that, like, I just heard nothing. Like, nothing about it. We heard that we were gonna bid again and all that type of stuff. But I would think like, okay, if you're gonna bid again, you would have probably bid like, let's just say, just to give them the benefit of the doubt, okay, you may have thrown a 50 plus 10, or then you're gonna throw a 55 plus 10. Because the rumors that we've heard is that they want close to Cunha's valuation, which is around 62 million. I'm not sure about, maybe they're struggling to meet on the add-ons or whatever, and maybe they want a guaranteed, 60 or something like that, or close to 60. But I genuinely, like, if you're asking me this question, Jez, I genuinely have no idea why we're taking so long. Is it because we're looking to sell players? I don't know, because then this whole report came out that we still have money to buy players even without sales. And we still ended up bidding 45 plus 10. So if we ended up bidding 45 plus 10, we didn't talk about selling players then. So we need to sell players to get an extra 10 to 20 million. Is that what they're trying to tell me? Like, I just don't get it. I don't know what it is. I genuinely don't know what it is, but I just think maybe they're on this whole thing where I actually don't know, honestly. I don't know why it's taking so long.
Because I remember we had the conversation about how I felt like how Frank was gonna join Tottenham at the time. It wasn't even like a link yet, but then it literally happened 2 days later also. And then how I think that maybe they want 60 as the fixed fee, and then bonuses that are achievable. You know what I mean? So it's like something. So like maybe like a 60 plus 5, or like a 62 plus 5, or some stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the only question that I maybe think is, do they maybe think that 60 as a fixed fee is not worth it for them in their eyes? Because I feel like Tottenham is willing to go even pay 60 straight up, and then obviously whatever the installments are is what it is. So I don't know. Maybe maybe they're trying to evaluate that, because I just find it weird that you went from Gyökeres. Obviously, his main target is Arsenal.
Yeah.
But you went from Mbeumo, and then Gyökeres came around. Then this Mbeumo thing went quiet. Then all of a sudden, NTT comes out.
NTT comes out. Yeah, I don't get that either. It's like, how is it that we're getting linked to more and more players while we don't even have Mbeumo over the line?
And that's the thing as well. It's like, my thing is that you saw how much NTT cost.
Yeah, I don't want him, bro. I just think we're better off getting 2 strikers with that money, or even adding a midfielder to that. I just think it's, instead of us playing 100 million for another guy who, yes, is good than our striking options currently at this moment, but he still hasn't proven himself like way too much. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's just, that's just where I'm at. Like, I'd rather us go and get someone like a Mateta, or just giving examples like Mateta or a Wisa for that price of 100 million, rather than just getting one Ekitike. That's just me though. And I don't know how I genuinely don't know. I mean, I don't trust them still. Like, of course, they started off well with this whole Cunha deal and all that, but it's like, I don't get it. I really don't trust them. I remember there was a report that before even we ended up signing Cunha, they told us that, like, reports came out that we had money for Cunha and we were going in for Delap at that time. And I know Delap's release clause was only like 20 to 30 million, but they were telling us that we had enough money for them before player sales. So it's like, okay, where has all that gone now? And it's like, if you've bid 45, which is more than Delap, you already bid 45 plus 10 for Mbeumo. So I don't want to hear this whole thing that now all of a sudden we're waiting to sell players just for an extra 10 to 15 million. That just doesn't make sense to me. I think the money is there, and they're just being a little reluctant on where they want to spend, or maybe they just don't know where they want to spend. And that's just what it's kind of seeming like, is one day they're looking after a player like Mbeumo, a right winger, and then the next day they're looking to get they're looking at 2 strikers, like Gyökeres and by the way, Gyökeres and Ekitike, we know his price tag. Gyökeres wasn't going to be cheap either. He's probably going to go for 60 to 70 million as well. Like, it's not like he's going to be cheap as well. So it's like, I just don't know what we're doing. But again, it's one of those type of things where I'm not losing my shit right now. Like I just obviously have to see how more weeks, more
Sure.
days do progress by. Obviously, transfer window is going to open soon, so who knows? Maybe we might even get a here we go, like in a couple of days for Mbeumo. And Mbuemo's made it clear. Like I think there's been a lot of reports where he's giving priority to us. So the only way that I see him going to you guys is if we somehow just back out of this deal entirely. We're just like, okay, we don't want to pay this money anymore. Yeah.
Because this is what I've been thinking is that I feel like it seems because it's from what it seems to me, especially when you see Semenyo's price tags as well.
Yeah.
We got the money where we like willing to go and spend it on the right.
Yeah,
winger.
you guys are in a better position to spend that money than us, to be honest, at this moment. Like
Like,
without
me-
player sales, without depending on player sales.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing is like we don't spend money like that. KD will tell you we
Anyways.
don't spend money like that. So it's like Liverpool where they don't spend money and that's why they can go and spend all that money right now.
All the money right now, yeah, that's true.
So
100%.
yeah, like, and I feel like getting somebody like an Umbrella would be massive for us. But at the same time, I also understand that he wants to go to United, but
Yeah.
you can't really get the move if United is not going to try and make the deal done.
And I think he'll just be, and then it just favors him to go to Spurs, not only just because one, you'll pay that money to Brentford, so Brentford will accept the deal, but then also he's going to his previous manager, Thomas Frank. So it's like, it just makes sense that he would be he would favor a move there if we do back out. And that's why it's all in our hands at this moment. Like if we don't act upon it right now, then I mean, I don't think anybody should be mad that we let Mbeumo go because we did. That's just as simple as that. The guy told us he wanted to join. I said this on my channel like a couple of days ago. Yo, a bad girl hit you up in your DMs and she's saying she likes you, and all of a sudden you just don't want to reply to her. Like it just makes no sense.
Literally ghost.
It just makes no sense, bro. Like we're just ghosting her right now for weeks. Like it's been like 2 weeks and you haven't.
You're leaving her on red.
And then now all of a sudden other guys are hitting up her DMs and saying, "Yo, I'll take you out to a steakhouse and we'll get wagyu and all that type of stuff." And of course, you can't be mad if she decides to go there because you just didn't decide to do anything yourself. So it's like, it's that type of situation where I'm just like, bro, like I just don't know what we're doing. And yeah, I mean, if we miss out on Mbeumo, I'm going to be pissed, bro, because the player was.
You have all right to.
I'm going to be very pissed because the player wanted to join, and not only is like. It's not just the fact that he wanted to join us, but it's just looking at the player too. Like Mbeumo is a good player, and he would add a lot to our attack. Having Cunha and Mbeumo on both those 10s, like on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, it would take a lot of pressure off of whoever that striker it is that we do get, whether it's like a Mateta or someone like that too. So, to add a lot to our attack. I'm tired of seeing whoever we see in our attack anyways, like Højlund, Garnacho. Yeah, not so much like Ahmad, of course, because Ahmad has been playing on that right-hand side. But Ahmad, let's say he plays as a wing-back. Or if someone gets injured when Mbeumo, because AFCON is this year too, and when Mbeumo does leave, I mean, I might could leave too at this point. But yeah, it's just one of those type of things where it just adds to our attack, and it's a no-brainer, bro. It literally is a no-brainer of getting someone like him through in the club. And then someone asked me if Mbeumo, would there be a possibility of Mbeumo joining us a day after the Europa League final? I would have probably said no. And the fact that he wants to join, just don't know what we're waiting for, bro. I genuinely don't know what we're waiting for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'll just leave it at that.
Obviously, because I know you want to end. Because I know you want to end. It's because I'm just thinking about, the fact that I'm like, I don't know how much they're pushing right now, but I'm generally like believing at the moment in time, knowing that he prefers United, we are currently trying to push everything just to get him to kind of like, you know what, we're gonna put the bid in, but we need your word about that you're willing to, you know what, change. Yeah, Jones is that you're going to change your mind about us. So yeah, like honestly, I don't like. I still believe he goes United. I don't know where Katie's things where.
Jez, that's what I said. I said there's like a 25% we get him if only United fumble the transfer. But yeah, he's more likely not going to United.
Yeah, this the thing is like, though, that's another possibility that we do. Because it's just as days are going by, I just feel like he's kind of swaying towards Tottenham more and more every single day.
I think the more we stall this deal, like you can't play
the more we stall this deal, like just allowing Tottenham to speak to him and try to sway him. And Thomas Frank, obviously, that's a big factor. Like a manager, his previous manager there is a big factor. Champions League football, all these type of things, and you're gonna probably give him the wage that he wants. So
I think it would, and I think it helps as well the fact that he wouldn't have to really locate like that because Brentford is not that far from Tottenham as well. So now like I said, man, it's like I know because I agree with Katie. I think it's like 25% chances that we can go and get him, but I'm clinging on those 25% chances because I feel like there is if there's a club that could fuck these things up, I do think it's United, and I just find it weird that after that Bremo deal got the first bid got rejected, a couple days later you heard about Etitike, and I'll be honest, I
Yeah,
thought
it is
United
a
was
little
one of the
weird.
last
Yeah.
clubs. It's
We just
very weird,
didn't,
bro.
yeah, it is really weird. We just didn't act upon it, and we're still. Again, I don't know what we're waiting for.
Actually,
To be
Jez,
honest.
Even
We'll
though-
see.
sorry, Chick. I mean,
Yeah.
but like I mentioned
Yeah,
this
yeah.
the last time they mentioned the we hijacked in Mbeumo, like Shik was on the street. I mentioned that like similarly to like Matthews Tell, obviously Mbeumo was a massive
Yeah.
upgrade for Matthews Tell, but like United fumbled Matthews Tell technically as well because Matthews
Yeah.
Tell really wanted to go
We
to
did.
United, but United
Yeah,
just
no.
didn't want to pay the money. I could see similar things with Mbeumo, obviously. Obviously, Mbeumo's a more proven player. He's a better player.
Of
and all
course,
that.
but like the
I'm
similar
just
kind of
saying-
like road on how it goes.
Exactly. Like I could
Exactly.
actually see that. That's the thing. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it could happen, but I think next week is this week coming up, I think it's gonna be like interesting.
Crucial.
Yeah,
I think we'll get more clarity on it for sure once this transfer window's open again. And if we just don't hear anything in the next couple of days, I'll be at this point where I'll just accept we're not going to get him, bro, and he's gone. So it is what it is, and you guys will see me crash out again on this channel, like I've been doing all season. So, but yeah, it is what it is. But cool, big up to everyone. I won't be closing out. I'm gonna try to go play pro clubs if they're still live. I'm gonna see if they're still live. But thank you, Jez. Thank you, KD. Thank you, AK, Sai, African King. And yeah, if there's anybody else that I did miss out who was here as well, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for the call-in show. Of course, we're gonna do this every single week. Like I said, the past 2 weeks, today and the week before, I've just been doing it not at the normal time. It is meant to be at 8 p.m. UK. Last week was the Nations League final. This week was the Club World Cup game. So that's why I had to basically delay it for a little bit. Big up to you as well, Dan76, and to everyone in the chat. Like I said, we're on the road to 1K. We're going to try to get there before the season starts, but thank you guys for all the support so far. This stream will be taking you over to Sunshine's channel, where she is doing a USA versus Trinidad and Tobago watch along, alongside Flawless is in the thumbnail, and I think Steve as well. So go show some love to them.
I just checked. They're still live on the playback.
Yeah, playback.
So,
Okay.
They're still on the
Okay.
playback. Yeah. I just
Close
touched
is
it
going to
as
join
well.
later.
Cool. So I'll join literally pretty much for that. But yeah, well, when you do head over to Sunshine stream, definitely write Shik Raid in the chat, and make sure you guys go support her, subscribe to her channel, and like the video for herself too. But yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. This was Stoppage Time with Shik. Second episode. We'll be back next week, every single Sunday, 8 p.m. UK time. If you were not able to make it on this one, you will definitely get a chance on the next one. And yeah, everyone is welcome to talk about anything at all: football, basketball, cricket, UFC, boxing, whatever sport you want to do, talk about. So big up, and hopefully I get to see you guys next week on the channel. So big up. Take care, people. Love every single time.